Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Angels in Politics broadcast. Remember, you are the news, and I am here to be with you today and have a very small, moment of your time just to speak with you. First and foremost, have you had your dinner? Okay, like if you haven't, get prepared for that. I know it's like around 6:15 ish. I'm gonna be eating soon. We're having leftovers, so that's one of those things. I hear my mother calling, but I'll get in when I get in. It feels good to be out here in the elements. I'm not like in the direct sunlight, as you can see. It can get real, but I'm underneath the trees, and it feels good to like get my feet in the grass. I know. You see, it's like, why did you not put on lotion? But it's good just to feel the earth. It's good to feel the earth on you, and I need that right now. So one of the fundamentals, or one of the fundamental components of Angels in Politics, is radical truthfulness, radical openness, and that just translates to transparency. So I want to be that way with you. And I say I want to be that way. Some people are watching my stuff and saying, "Hey, maybe you're a little too open." Some people might say you're not open enough. Like, we want to know like what you're going through. What we want to know what you're going, what's going on with you. Those types of things. And the reason why I feel like truthfulness, openness, being unfiltered, so to speak, is a gift because it's a rarity. It's peculiar. It's different and it's unique because everybody has their own, I would say, unique ways of functioning, but I think the difference maker is how people present themselves. I find that whenever you meet people, they kind of shield who they are a bit. They kind of retain or pull back on their personality to a certain degree. Sometimes that's a high degree. Sometimes it could be minute or very, like, I guess partial as far as what they will expose or what they will present to you, to be like economic with my language. But I find that to be the case. Like, everybody doesn't divulge their full personality, that spectrum, for a number of reasons. Of course, there are some people who just aren't like that. Everybody's not going to be this introverted person or extroverted person. Everybody's not agreeable. Some people are disagreeable. Some people fluctuate on those like high levels of neuroticism. Some people are or have low levels of neuroticism, and that if you are low in neuroticism, that means you really don't really care about what other people think, and you tend to have a more optimistic view of the world. And if you are optimistic and you really don't care, or you don't have the same levels of mental constraints that other people tend to have, then you are most likely going to be extroverted because you don't share the same internal conflicts as to how you meet people, or what they will say, or their opinions, and this, that, and the third. And a lot of people are that way. So I feel that that goes back into like who you are as a person. Everybody's not going to show their industriousness or their creativity or their peculiar traits because of, like, maybe fear of exposing too much, maybe a fear of being ridiculed, or being laughed at, or just being misunderstood. And for me, I just want to make sure that I want you to know that you're perfect, and you're perfect in your skin. You're perfect, spiritually. You're perfect as to who you are, and we do. All people have these challenges. I tend to lean heavily on the extroverted side, and the you know, low and conscientious, or maybe I'm high in conscientiousness. Maybe I'm in pretty moderate. Because there's times where I feel like I'm very productive. There's times when I feel like I have to do a lot of things, and I'm hands on. But then there's a lot of times where I'm like, I'm sleeping in my room throughout the day and taking naps and reading a book and writing in my notebook, and that might look like, no, actually, for a lot of people, that's not real. That's not real work. That's more of a hobby. I'm not, you know, uh, building something, or even though I might be building a company, but I'm not, hands-on with a lot of things. So to a degree, I'm not the most hardworking guy either. And I don't know, like I have found that to be somewhat of a challenge when I am expressing myself across the board, not necessarily just my industriousness or my conscientiousness, but it could just be like who I am. And even though I'm very comfortable in my skin, probably more than whatever the average person means, but I have found that, um, you know, I still have to work on articulating my vulnerabilities, or expressing the things that I'm working on, or express the things that I feel like, hey, this is my ego talking. This isn't the highest version of myself. And it's an ongoing process, and I'm not I'm not there, and I won't be there. It's going to be a continual like involvement or evolvement. And if you're listening and if there's something that you're working on, like let me know, and also like tell me what it is that you're doing to improve your personality traits or your challenges, and how you are combating that, and how you interface with chaos and your fears and suffering and just the outside world. How are you able to equip yourself with the tools to battle those challenges, and to become to prevail in these environments, and to be uh, to learn and have and shift that mindset of being a victim, or being a loser, or being somebody who things happen to, instead of you being the precursor. You're the catalyst. You're the reason why things happen. You are the determining factor. So that's what I want to leave you with, and namaste, namaskar.